Why does he always arrive late? For the past 30 minutes, I've been waiting for my boyfriend, Bobby. I strained to see if he was approaching, but all I could make out were a loving couple. I saw the guy give his girlfriend a cheek kiss before leading her over to the nearby Porsche parking lot. Wow, I've never heard of him before, but hold on, that person... Oh my god, Bobby is here! I appreciate the present, but wouldn't this Gucci wallet look even better with a pair of shoes? Dahi pants, you scumbag! To the surprise of the new girlfriend, I yelled and threw the cake I was holding at his face. He denied knowing me right away and pretended I was crazy, but as soon as the girl got in the car, he turned to me and said, "We're done. Despite having a pretty face, you are just a helpless orphan." What just happened? I loved and trusted this poor little orphan, but it turns out he was nothing more than a liar and a cheater who was after my money. My chest hurt. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that I'm Lucy. I still had to drag myself to work despite this betrayal. I've been a resident of this orphanage since I was a young child, and I look after the vegetable garden. If only a king would appear one day and declare that I was the long-lost brightness before escorting me back to his magnificent realm. A nun rushed over to me as I was finishing up putting on my gloves. Busted. Oh no. She gave me a smile and said, "I'm sorry for being late," which surprised me. Oh my god. I can't believe it's a piece of paper! My parents adopted me! Flipping the paper over, I inquired about my adopters out of curiosity. They were only born in 2000. I wanted to keep reading, but nobody took the paper away. I must have read it incorrectly because my adopter is hardly my age. The gate was indicated by the nun. There was a bodyguard in black driving a Mercedes. A woman wearing a long skirt, a mask, and sunglasses was standing next to him. Is that the individual who... Adopted? Will I eventually become a wealthy mistress residing in the vast castle with my millionaire parents? Yes, I am currently seated in this luxurious car with my adoptive mother. I was so happy, but she remained silent the entire ride, and this strangeness persisted until we arrived in front of this magnificent mansion. A maid rushed over as soon as we arrived and bowed to us. My foster mother did not turn to me until she had removed her sunglasses and introduced herself. "My daughter Rebecca, welcome to your new home." She must have been born in 2000 because she sounds so young, but this girl, who is the same age as my sister, just called me daughter. That is so strange. Getting used to this would undoubtedly take some time. My mom told the driver to start the car so I could get changed. Another car? Wow! Is that not a limousine, I wonder? This was crazy, and then suddenly I found myself in a lavish beauty parlor. I had no idea what the majority of these shimmering things were. I allowed the beautician to work her magic using pricey-looking products, and when I opened my eyes, a stranger was staring back at me. Wow, I must have aged 5 years or more due to his layers of makeup and curly blonde hair. Oh no, my cool blue streaks are gone. My new mother gave me an outfit to wear before I could board the aircraft. What the heck is this? Short and extremely tight, this dress is. It makes me feel like an Egyptian mummy. Worst of all, how on earth could anyone walk in those high heels? I tried to fake a smile as I treated these things, but failed when I saw my mother's contented expression. Now that I'm a noble lady, this is how we dress. Dinner time has finally arrived. I used to believe that settings like this were reserved for television. Here are some numbers. Our monthly expenses at the orphanage are greater than the cost of one meal here. Wow, the waiter didn't take long to bring out these elegant-looking dishes, but Mom is still hiding her face. I was about to inquire about her order. She gave me a portion to go and instructed me to just eat while she waited for me. Why was she so adamant about keeping her mask on, despite how awkward this was? But today's strange events are not limited to that. When I went back to school, it was the same old school, but Mom insisted I always have this muscular bodyguard with me. Even going to the bathroom in peace was impossible with him keeping watch outside. Even though being adopted is wonderful, I can't continue to be in this much control. I made Mom some squash soup to ease the tension because it's so embarrassing that I have to bargain with her. I tried to open her door to leave the bowl on her table after knocking on it several times but received no response. Suddenly, someone grabbed my wrist. Mom was there. She gave me a frightful look in her eyes. "How rude of you to enter my room without my consent. What happened to your manners?" "I made some soup for you. And I'm not letting you back into my room. I won't go over this again." All right, geez. Why was she so delicate about it? That was a failure, and I still have this living statue following me everywhere. I wonder what she was concealing there. Lunchtime has come, but because of him, nobody will ever sit with me. Before I was suffocated by his presence, I had to get away from him. I finally asked the bodyguard to get some orange juice for me after hearing some students mention that the vending machine was out of stock. Even if he digs up this ancient grave, I'm confident he won't find any. School-wide success. What a relief that guards in the form of giant rocks are not in charge of it. I was happily chatting with two of my friends while out in the field, but I hadn't even finished when the bodyguard reappeared. "I'm glad you scared my friends away." Once more, he moves around in silence. This was still very annoying. We must, of course, apologize to our friends for that incident, so I need to schedule a day for it. Complete the rumors we were exchanging, but how could I possibly avoid my guard? I've just avoided going through the back door to the kitchen, so all that stands between me and liberty is this fence. What a stupid alert system! Oh no! Thankfully, I avoided the bodyguard's rush toward me, but before I could register what had happened, Mom was glaring at the guard and ordering him to take the girl back to her room. Mom screamed, "What is this ring made of?" as soon as I was thrown back into my room. "Take away all of this horrifying clothing at once going forward. You will only wear what I approve, and you are not to leave this house without my approval. Was I clear?" She shut the door after that quickly. What made her so unreasonable exactly? I could not endure such a life. I had to speak with her. I entered her room without expecting to see her. Anywhere I looked around and saw a picture of a girl, but why does she resemble me so much? What's going on here? And who is this person? Mom grabbed the picture frame and ran irately towards me. As we were moving around, I quickly took a chance and grabbed her mask in an attempt to get it back. Surprisingly, her wig also fell off. Oh my God! Rebecca resembles me exactly, with the exception of a mark on the side of her face. "What's going on, Rebecca?" It took some time for her to gather her composure and open up to me. It turns out that she was about to wed her ideal partner when she was given the bad news that she had hypochromia, a condition that affects red blood cells and can lead to skin pigmentation. She was concerned that her fiancé would call off the wedding if he found out. She next discovered a photo of me that my orphanage had uploaded to their fan page. She was amazed at how similar we appeared and decided to ask me. She started crying and said, "Help me! I have to marry him! Then you can go home. I have lots of money. You can have as much as you want. This marriage is everything to me." Rebecca looked so pitiful. I couldn't leave her alone in this state. So I agreed to help her. She then gave me access to her Instagram account so I could contact her fiancé. So I went on my first date with this man named Daniel Smith, while I remained connected with Rebecca on a Bluetooth device. After a few minutes of talking, he didn't realize I was the fake Rebecca, which was a little odd. "Is there something on my face? Why are you staring at me like that?"
"Oh, sorry. It's just that you look even more attractive than this beefsteak,"
he said.
"You're far prettier than the last time we met."
Dan pulled me aside and gave me a dejected look before saying,
I don't know if the wedding will go as planned because my dad is seriously ill and currently in the hospital. We're in a very difficult financial situation.
He has to go to the hospital to care for his father, leaving me to pay the bill. Something about this, I think, is a little off. I waited for Daniel at a cafe the following day. He arrived late and hurriedly, looking completely frazzled.
Honey, how long did you wait? You've got the cash, don't you?
I presented Daniel with the bank card in a tiny gift box. I wanted to make you feel better, so I've included a little extra. Yes, Rebecca had pleaded with me to hand-deliver this gift box to him because she felt that he is family. She wanted to reassure him because she knew how anxious he must have been about the situation. What do wealthy people consider doing? Oh, I'll take a Rolex pumpkin, please. A shirt from Valentino will look great with this watch. What a shame. Although I don't yet have one, I believe I've heard of this before. Oh my God, he reminded me so much of that jerk, Bobby. Was Rebecca just a means to an end for him? I made the decision to inquire further to see if your dad is doing better. I want to go see him. Where in the hospital is he? Daniel appeared baffled. He struggled to look at me and fidgeted with his watch.
My dad is fine, I guess. You don't really need to visit him to relieve yourself of the burden of paying the hospital bills. Oh, no, I still owe him money for his bills.
I can't.
I'm kidding,
he said.
Of course, it is now yours.
I could have allowed this man to take advantage of Rebecca in the future. I immediately told her when I got home, but she didn't want to believe me. Take this cake right now and tell him to stop talking nonsense. He must be so worn out from taking care of his sick father. For him, this would be a lovely surprise. I found it difficult to transport the large cake to Daniel's home. Then I noticed him there, yelling at another girl.
I ought to have ended our relationship a long time ago.
I'm pleading with you. Please change your mind.
My fiancé is much richer than you.
The young woman sobbed and tugged at Daniel's hand. He just swung his arm to enter the vehicle. Daniel is training these girls as hard as their hits. What a jerk! I must stop right now. The big day has already arrived, but before I say I do, there is something I need to finish. What do you think of this appearance? I sent Daniel a selfie I took so I could see his response. Rebecca entered the room in a hurry at that precise moment. What the heck are you thinking? You are kidding. We'll have a wonderful day if you just leave it alone. I'll show it to you so you can see it.
Darling, you're as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside,
Daniel abruptly said to me.
You have no idea how much I love you. I'm eager to introduce you as my wife.
Wow, award him an Oscar. Oh my gosh. Let me now demonstrate something that is even more fascinating. I received a new text message at that precise moment. Okay, I'll proceed now. I dragged Rebecca over to the window while indicating to her to keep quiet. We looked out the window, and then, as I was proceeding up the aisle, someone entered the room. Geez, have they never seen a pigmentation mark before? I overheard guests from all over saying. But Daniel gave me a delicate smile. Let's see how long he can maintain the act then. Daniel, you're a liar, Rebecca shouted as it was my turn to read the oath.
What's up, Rebecca? The wedding has been called off. But why are there two of you?
Drop the act. I already know you're only marrying me for my money. The entire crowd erupted in a roar. You want to give money to another girl, Rose, right?
I cherish you.
At that precise second, a girl emerged from the crowd. I genuinely think I'll see you again. In your dreams, no. Everybody turned to look at the pitiful, terrified Daniel. You lying gold digger, take that! The girl looks familiar, don't you think? It's Ruby, ex of Daniel. On that particular day, I accompanied her and informed her in detail of the gold-digging practices before coming up with a plan to reveal him. As expected, when he saw a picture of me with a flaw in my face and heard Ruby pleading for him back at the wedding, he immediately agreed to get back with her. Of course, I purposely let Rebecca overhear the conversation. Daniel's currently being taken away by Rebecca's bodyguards, which is just dessert for him. What followed then? So, Rebecca opened up to me about her past. Her parents left her a sizable inheritance after they both passed away. Despite her wealth and loneliness, she acted impulsively around Daniel. We both came to the realization that love is priceless and that it is worthwhile to wait for unconditional love. I was allowed to stay in Rebecca's mansion, and we've actually grown very close. As it turns out, both of us have discovered something far superior to the fake love offered by sleazy gold diggers: sisterly love. How did you find this tale then? Please like and subscribe if you want to hear more content like this. Don't forget to share this video and leave a comment with your thoughts. Many thanks!